You think we're gonna beat all these games?
Nope.
Backlog boys.
No, probably not.
Welcome back.
Welcome.
Dark cloud. Not a light cloud. No silver lining. Just pure blackness in this cloud. Hey, totem pole B.
But dark could be like
Yeah.
dark gray. Those guys are funny. Look at the eyes.
Oh,
They're just like drawn on.
He
and
looks
it's, like,
so
there's no,
old.
like how like that makes it very like for some reason that crab makes it very like apparent that that like features in this game, a lot of them are just kind of like drawn on.
Yeah, they're
and not-
2D. They're just pasted on the model.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's how all things are in games, technically.
Well, but sometimes you can like see like the surface of like the eye or something.
I guess like in a really modern game, the eyeball might be 3D modeled and like placed inside of the head model or something like that.
Yeah.
Somebody's talking about Uncharted 4. You can see like the light coming through his like earlobes when you like
really?
turn a certain way. Yeah, it's freaking crazy. Graphics. Wow, so important.
You gonna get it?
Best game ever, apparently. I mean, I gotta play
Uncharted 4
the first 3 first.
Which you have.
I do have them now.
Yeah.
Thanks, Drew. If you're watching this, why haven't we hung out in a long time? Miss you, dude. He's probably gonna be on the show at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. Some of those multiplayer series we were thinking about, he would definitely be in for.
Okay.
No spoilers on the show as to what those might be, because gotta keep the element of surprise super strong.
We're all about surprise.
Although, we have been talking about our next playthrough after we've finished this epic game, getting a little ahead of ourselves.
We have.
Do we want to reveal what that's probably going to be, or should we wait?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know
It's tough.
either. We'll keep thinking about it. You guys just keep stewing. Or if you're watching this way later, you probably already know. So, there you go. We'll just not say it for that reason, because you might already know.
True. Well, but we've got some time to ruminate
Yes.
on it, so.
So you do the same. And if you don't know what ruminate means, go to dictionary.com/ruminate, and there you go.
I usually go to Wiktionary.
Wiktionary?
Yeah.
So they give you like
It's like wiki.
like
It's like Wikipedia's
the
dictionary.
Wikipedia page of the word.
No, it's still a dictionary, but like it has like the links where you can just like click onto another, like all like the blue like hyperlinks. You can just click on them to go to
Okay.
the related stuff.
Like one of those shitty sites where there's like a little pop-up that it tries to like sell you random words.
Well, no, not that, but like
That's what that made me think of when you said that.
But like on Wikipedia, you can click on every blue thing and it takes you to that thing.
Right.
Like you can do that with the
Yeah, I know
words.
how
So it's
Wikipedia
like,
works.
if there's like something in the definition you don't know,
Uh-huh.
you could learn that word.
Well, isn't that handy?
So you can.
That's pretty neat.
It's pretty cool.
Who can we give stuff to? Oh, dang, this thing has 4 slots. Let's do that. Does it build up once?
Is that going to be our end game or one of his end game weapons?
I think so. I don't know how we're supposed to raise up this attack, though. Let's see.
It looks like it's.
It looks like it's
pretty
full.
high.
Well, I guess the gauge just maxes out, and then that's all you get.
Just put all attack on it.
Yeah, I might as well. I don't feel like thinking right now. So, it needs it to build up, and
Yeah.
none of our other weapons do, so... This guy's gonna try to inseminate me. Insandinate me. With his sandy seed. God, he is creepy as hell.
Yeah, he is.
He looks like a freaking jack-o'-lantern. And that thing just... Nyah! Coming out of there, like,
it's-
super...
It's pretty creepy.
And there's just like there's nothing telegraphic about it, you know, like
Yeah.
he doesn't like rear back
No.
to like launch it.
Yeah, there's no like wind up.
Yeah, exactly. So look out for Dune. Have you ever seen the movie Dune?
Is it?
No,
What's
you
it
haven't then. I haven't seen it either. I just know it's about a guy in the desert and he drinks his own pee
I have not
at
seen
one
that.
point. It's from the 80s. It's apparently really good. It was like a book series, I think. But I never read it. Oh, here comes a crabby hermit. But not a hermit crabby. What if there was like a Pokemon crabby who never went outside? And they called him Hermit Crabby. Dude, that was the best part of the TV show, is when Krabby came out and just said cookie a bunch of times in a really weird voice. Everyone loved it.
So did you watch? You were watching the show as it was coming out.
The Pokemon TV show?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely, man. I was right there in the beginning of it, man.
Okay.
Right in the thick of it. You know, they were pretty ruthless. They would send out videotapes just randomly in the mail to houses where they knew that kids lived that had like promotional episodes of the TV show on it, just to like force them to discover it, which unfortunately never happened to me. I just got into it on my own volition. I say unfortunately just because that would have made me feel like I was chosen, you know?
Like, you are to become
the
next Pokemon master.
Exactly. Which I think was how they framed it.
Okay.
Which is genius.
Yeah.
And
it was like, that would be like a Harry Potter geek getting a
dude,
like
that
a
would
Hogwarts letter in the mail or something.
that would be next level.
Yeah.
Because that's a little more real.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's live action first of all.
Oh yeah. Live
and
action.
like it's like a school.
Yeah.
And
it's an institution.
I think it's kind of funny to say out loud, I guess, but I think magic is more believable than Pokemon.
Thanks. Okay.
Well, because Pokemon only exist in an animated form.
Okay.
You know?
I can see that.
I think that's kind of what I'm getting at. But yeah, it's kind of funny. Years later, they tried to do that to me with Digimon. And they sent me Digimon tapes in the mail. And I was like, what is this? Where's the Pokemon? Where's the Pokemon at? I thought it was really cool for a very short time. But I was still always more into Pokemon.
Yeah.
Even while I was into Digimon. And there was also a short period of time where there was like a backlash against Pokemon from like adults, I guess you could say. Yeah, like especially in like schools and stuff, because kids were like bringing cards to school and Game Boys and stuff was getting stolen and like, or like it was just a big distraction and attention was being taken away from school kind of thing. So there were a lot of schools and like daycares and stuff that banned it just because they didn't want to have to like deal with that. They didn't want somebody to get their stuff stolen and then like somehow be held responsible.
Game Boys were expensive.
Yeah, exactly.
Cards were expensive.
Yeah, it was a big deal. So there was a ban. That was
one of the items to get out.
It gets us through the door.
Okay.
You haven't seen one of those yet?
It looks like a lock.
Yeah, it looks like a little padlock. I don't know. It's called the Stone Key. But yeah, Pokemon was banned at my school for a little while. To the point where like if we were on the playground pretending to be Pokemon, that was not allowed.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So we had to pretend to be Digimon instead. and they were like, that's the same thing. You can't do that. And we're like, no, Digimon's different. Look it up. And they wouldn't let us do that either. We used to.
That is really funny because you had to pretend to be Digimon.
And we're like less familiar with them, so we were just kind of making it up. Like I'm the super other guy. Remember a while back? I don't remember what series it was. We were talking about trampolines.
Yep.
And I said we had like
you had the trampoline. You were the kid
I was the trampoline. I was the trampoline kid, and we had like intense dodgeball rules.
Okay.
For on the trampoline, and one of the variations that we would do was Pokemon dodgeball, and you would choose a Pokemon, and once you dodged a certain number of times, your Pokemon was able to evolve, and there were various other ways to evolve.
Oh jeez.
And it was to the point where you could choose a Pokemon that didn't evolve by level. And evolved by like a Thunderstone or something like that. Mm-hmm. And then those conditions were different to be fulfilled. So instead of like a number of dodges, you had to like save somebody or you had to like do something else in order to evolve your Pokemon. And then you couldn't win until, or maybe it was like the last person to fully evolve their Pokemon.
Would win.
Would lose.
Would lose. Okay.
Or like there was one loser instead of one winner. We would do that sometimes. just to make somebody feel really terrible. Or maybe it was the first one to fully evolve. I don't know, but it was that probably wasn't it because I don't know. We had some kind of system in place to make Pokemon who only evolved once harder to evolve than ones who had to evolve twice. But it was good stuff. I always enjoyed doing that one.
What you got going on?
Checking out my slippers.
Yeah.
We'll talk about my slippers tomorrow on the boys. Vaughn just noticed my slippers apparently.
Yep.
We're gonna check those out.
Tomorrow.
TMW on BB.